What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Morpheus Network today. The symbol is MNW. Daniel Kazamala, I think that's how I pronounce it, right? Kazamala. What's up, Danny? Long time no talk, man. We're doing this one for you. This came at the request of you, my guys, so we're gonna look at it. Without any further ados, let's just get into it. So from bottom to top here. By the way, I chose this chart, MNW USD. I'm assuming this is what it is. You know, there's stocks apparently like it, but I don't think you would want the New Zealand Stock Exchange or whatever stock exchanges those are. So I went on here and I went to the crypto one, and that has the most historical data that out of all of them. So that's why I chose that one. Let's see here. And I just noticed that I don't have my camera, like it's upside down. It rotated properly, but I'm like looking at where my camera normally is, where it's right here. So if I'm not looking, I'm looking at you, but I'm not looking at you guys. Anyways, MNW, Morpheus Network on crypto. Let's see here. So it looks like from bottom to top, you definitely had a retracement down to the 618. This is actually very bullish right here. This is you know, coming to the 618, but not quite being able to touch it. Generally, that's a bullish thing. That's not something bad. You don't have to like fulfill the prophecy and touch the 618. It's nice to see it happen when it happens, but getting this close, this tells me that there was a lot of eyes on this thing, a lot of eyes, and they're all watching the 618, or they were trying to buy this topping area, something like that, you know, and it just couldn't quite get down there. So you tested this previous area of resistance, confirmed it as support. I think this is bullish, man. You got a higher low, you know. You got higher highs here. It's like kind of like a double top. Let's see if we can get anything else, maybe from the RSI. Below the 50, not necessarily a good thing, but to be fair, you are kind of neutral on the RSI. Not really showing strength or weakness. Technically, at the moment, you have a lower low with a higher low in the price. This is hidden bullish divergence. If it's truly hidden bullish divergence, you would normally see this in an overall uptrend. Which I think this is. So I mean that's kind of good. You know, and you can see the monthly here. I don't know if you'll go lower than this low, man. I don't know. You might. It's possible, but I don't know. Right off the bat, I'm starting to think that that's the low for this cycle, and you're going to go higher. Where you go, I don't know. Let's look at it on CoinGecko here. Let's see, MNW Morpheus Network. Pull it up. Why aren't you doing it? What's more? Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to reload it, because it's being weird. MNW. Okay, there we go. Morpheus Network. Up 8% today. Nice. Its market cap is $44 million. That is a very low cap. That's a very low cap, you guys. Definitely wouldn't recommend betting the farm on this one. Maybe, you know, at this point, right, let's say this thing gains traction and it does something that most of the top 100 coins do, and it reaches a $1 billion market cap. Or maybe not a 1 billion. Let's say it reaches a 4.4 billion, just to put it in perspective. That is a 100x. And during the peak of the bull market, if this thing makes it into the top 100, it can definitely see a 4.4 billion dollar market cap, which again would be 100x. Let alone if it's I don't know anything about this thing, but if it's like the next big thing, it could see tens, hundreds of billions even. This thing has potential if it's like a solid coin, if it's a solid idea, I don't know, network, if it has a solid team behind it. You know, I don't know too much about this. I just know charts, so I'm going to do the charts aspect. I'm telling you, though, the reason I'm pulling this up, that if this thing were a legitimate asset and it were to achieve the status of like XRP or Bitcoin Cash or Algorand even, ADA, you know, DOT, like if it achieves the status of one of those coins, it will it could definitely 1,000x or more. So if you could 1,000x, if you could take $1,000 and turn it into $1 million off of a coin that may or may not do that, right? I'm not saying that it's going to do that, guys. I'm just saying if it has that kind of upside potential, why risk a ton of money? You really don't need to. If it has 1,000x potential in it, $100 is fine. And if $100 is too much money for you, $10 is fine. If you make 1,000x on $10, you just made, what is that, $10,000? Yeah. That's, you know, I mean, And that would take a lot. That would take a whole lot. I don't think you'd see that in this next cycle regardless, that kind of growth. But I'm just saying, with this low of a cap, be wary, because big moves can happen up and down. And I mean, you can see it up, down, up, down. They look so small, but really, from top to bottom here, you went down 90%. And then you went down 90% in the course of like 3 months, and then you proceeded to go to new all-time highs, and then you came down even further. You know what I mean? Like, this thing doesn't care. It could move down 90% and still make its way up to new all-time highs. It doesn't. It's such a low cap. You don't really know with these things. But again, I don't really know too much about this coin. I don't know anything behind it. It has been around since 2019, 2020, something like that. So it's been around for a second. Definitely looks bullish on the chart. Definitely looks like it's not done here. But let's just see from top to bottom here, all-time high to the current cycle's low. We found resistance at the 618 again. Found support at it over here, right? From bottom to high, this was support on the 618. Now we're finding resistance on it. We actually went up to the 0.69. If you've watched this channel, you know that I've talked about this a lot, that you'll go up to the 618, and oftentimes you actually go through it and stop at the 69. If you ever notice how you go straight through the 618, but you might come back and close at it, this 0.69 rejection is very common. Holding above the 382, you could go a little lower, but I do like the way that this month looks. I don't know if you go lower than this. It's possible, but we're going to have to dissect this thing a little bit further. But before we do, I just want to get all my bearings down here. So let's see, from this fib here, low to high. You're holding the 382 here, man. It looks good. I think you want to take out this high. I really do. I think you want to go up, which is over 100% gain from here. How long could it take? I don't know. You moved 200% in a month last time. You know, over here, this small one was 51%. It could take 2 months. It could take 1 month. It could take a week. I don't know, man. It's a low cap. This thing could blink, and it's on. On the weekly here, I don't like the RSI. I will say that. I don't like the RSI. I would think the RSI would want to come into the oversold zone. So that has me a little bit sad for what I was just saying. You know, maybe we go, this is in kind of a range here. Maybe we go to the top of this range around $1.42 and then come lower. I don't like this RSI personally, but it doesn't have to go to the oversold zone. I mean, look here actually. Okay, I'm liking it more. I'm liking it more by the minute. You actually turned around right here last time. You had a double bottom on this. You're kind of having a double bottom on it now, and then you went up. I mean, I kind of like it. You bottomed over here even. So maybe, you know, all RSIs are different. Everything kind of respects their levels differently. This one apparently has a thing for the 35 level. So I actually like this a lot. I like it more now. I take it back. I take the bad stuff back. It looks good again. The long-term RSI, you are above the 50 and you are below the purple line. If you know where I'm going with this, you know that means above the 50, below the purple line means good time to buy. Good time to buy, especially with everything else on the monthly and on the weekly so far. I like it. I think this is a good area to buy personally. I definitely at the moment am inclined to think that we go above this high here. On the daily, I'll be right back. I got some food in the oven. I'm just gonna take it out and then I'll be right back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Sorry about that, everybody. I started some food and I can smell it. I don't want it to burn, so I didn't think I'd be doing this video for too long. It took me longer to get set up than I originally thought. So, anyways, long story short, enough of that. Back to the charts. Looking on the daily, this is even looking better on the RSI, man. You got this bullish divergence playing out. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh yeah. Looks like a double bottom for sure, man. This looks like some sort of W right here, right? And if it's a W, you're going to go higher than this high at least, which from the current price, I guess, isn't that much, right? How does that? Oh, okay. I thought we were at 160. We're at 116, so that is a good bit. That's a solid bit. You could go up from here, probably above the purple line, probably, but we'll see. Long-term RSI, you are below the 50. What I would like to see is I would like when you get above this purple line, I'd like this RSI to be above the 50. It can meander its way up there, but if you get a nice strong move, that'll just help this thing kind of break above the 50 as well. You found support in this area before and went on to new highs, so I would really like to see that. Maybe for this one, it's not the 50 level, but the 49.3 level. I know that sounds like not that big of a difference, but on the long-term RSI, guys, it really is a big difference actually. On the short-term RSI, no, it's not a big difference at all. You are kind of in this lower high structure, right? But this bullish divergence, man, I think you're going to break out. I think you're about to experience a good move. I really do. I think you might even, we might be experiencing it right now. You had 6% the day before, 6% yesterday, technically today, but just closed 2.5 or 3 hours ago. You might be in the beginnings of something like this or something like this. Like you really might be down here. I like it. I definitely like it. Let's see here on the 4 hour too, just to dissect it a little more. Yeah, maybe you know, not today. Maybe not today you go up. Maybe you chill for a little bit. Maybe you do go up today. It just because it's above the purple line here, but it's below the 50 doesn't mean it has to go down. Though it is very common for that kind of behavior to happen. If not, really what you'd want to do is just chill, hold levels above here. If it goes down, don't give it back like this. Just give it back a little bit. Fight with this line. If not, just keep going. On the 4 hour and the daily, it's not as good, but ultimately the weekly and the monthly overtake. And I definitely like this thing for a. You've got a higher low here. I don't know, man. I think, and you're at an area where you've bottomed in the RSI multiple times, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. You know, it's. I mean, even kind of over here, right? Like you're at an area where it's. I think it's totally fine for you to have bottomed. Let's see. Again, though, from bottom to top, you're right at the 382 too, man. I do like it. I definitely do like it. I keep saying the same stuff over and over again, but I guess that's my genuine opinion on it. Let's see if we can see any kind of patterns or something that might be forming. I don't know. I don't really know. You're definitely forming higher highs and higher lows. At the moment, you have higher lows. I don't know, man. And you've got hidden bullish divergence on the weekly too, along with having hidden bullish divergence on the monthly, which makes sense if you're in an uptrend to me. I like it. I definitely like it, man. I think in the weeks to months, maybe it doesn't happen. What I was saying was you're going to get a quick move up. Maybe you don't. Maybe it takes a couple weeks or a couple months or something like that. But I do think you're on your way up. I doubt that you're going lower from here at the moment. That's my honest impression. So. Not a whole lot to go off of on this one. I mean, there's not a whole lot of historical data, more than some of them that I've done for sure. But, yeah, man, you got above the 50 on the RSI here on the daily. You're at an area where you've resisted before, but I don't know, man. Playing off this bullish divergence like this, I think you're good, man. I think you're going to go. I really do think you're going to go. I really want to pull up the ribbon, but it just keeps doing this. It only gives me 3. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But it's not a problem. It's whatever. Let's see. On the monthly, I mean, you had, in a certain sense, right, you had 3 red months. That's a totally normal time to bottom right there. You had 3 red months here and then went up. 4 red months there, I guess. I don't know. But seeing like three red months like that, I definitely like that. I like odd numbers. I like odd numbers. This right here was an even number, and you had a weak rally. You have an odd number balance. I think you're going to have a stronger rally. You know, that's just kind of the rule of thumb. Like here, you had 3 up, and you had a strong rally to the downside. I don't know. That's not something that you should hold true forever, but it's something that I like. Okay. I get that from like the TD sequential, which I don't have pulled up here. It's not quite that simple, but it kind of is that simple. Let's see, from top to bottom, if we were to see extensions from this range, first of all, what you'd want to do, if you want to like kind of quote unquote make it more probable that you're going to see these, even likely, I would say, in the more immediate move, you'd want to close on a daily above the $1.18.8 level. You want to close above that, not wick above it. You want to close above it. If you wick above it and then you come back down and close below it, I don't know if that'll look good. But if you close above it, especially on the first pass, these extensions are, in my opinion, they're a shoo-in, and probably very likely deeper extensions even from there, because this is kind of a small retracement in itself. Ultimately, let's see where you would go. Like the bigger one to watch would be this one. So the 618 at 174. Let's see if that corresponds with anything. It's kind of at the 1886 area, kind of. But yeah, 174.6. That's your 618. That's the big one to watch, I'd say, and that makes sense. It's a previous area of resistance, kind of an area of support at this topping area here. You confirmed resistance on it here too. I like it, man. I definitely like it. And then from there, if you close a week above this, especially on the first pass, if it's not on the first pass, if you resist it, you come back down. That's still okay, but it would be very encouraging to see it close above the 618 on the first pass. If you do, your odds for seeing these extensions go up dramatically. And that would put you around the top area of your all-time highs. I don't know. I would think with the way this looks and just the overall environment of crypto right now, if you came up to these all-time highs, you're going higher. You're going higher. And this is kind of a small retracement in the weekly form. You could see deeper retracements here. $26, yeah, totally. $13 completely, totally possible. I was talking about 100x, so those prices are definitely in the bag, or in the likelihood. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Found resistance on the 618. Came down, held support on the 382. Found resistance. You closed above it. You actually held it as support, and then you went back below it. I would think, with the way that this is working, you probably will battle the $3 and the $4 areas. You probably will battle, if not both of them, at least one of them. If I had to guess which one, I'd probably say more likely the 886, but probably you'll battle both of them. Is my expectation at the moment. You'll find resistance like you did here. Maybe you move sideways and you don't go lower like this, but you go up. But I doubt you're just gonna, like the 382 here on this first pass, you just blew straight through it. I doubt you're gonna do that with either of these lines. If you were to do it with either of them, it would be this one, not this one, more likely. Yeah, that's my expectation. That would be my interpretation just looking at this. But ultimately, you close above $1.80 here on this bigger fib. This would show that you have a high likelihood of going to $13 at least, if not $36 or higher, potentially even higher. And it doesn't have to stop there. These are just the immediate extensions. It could go higher. It could go all the way up. I doubt it goes that high. I doubt it goes that high, but it could go up to the 2272 or higher even. But at the moment, I think the thing to watch to just confirm more immediate bullish price action would be this tiny fib here, and you're really close to the 618 here. So if you can close above, again, it's like $1.18.8. If you can close above that on a daily, you're good for continuation, probably likely up to around $1.60, something like that. If not, if you hold it as resistance on the first pass, that's not unexpected. That's not something out of the norm. That doesn't mean that this is foregone. That doesn't mean that you're going to zero. It just means that it's not going to do it as fast, and your likelihood is technically lessened, but it's not condemning by any means. So watch for this. Watch for the $1.18 and 80 or 1.88 level. Watch for that level. 1.188. Sorry, 1.188, not 1.88. 1.188 level. Watch for that level, and if we close above that, then green light for sure. I would even give it the green light now, man. I like it. You're getting bullish engulfing candles day after day. Like I like it, man. I really do like it. It looks good. This is a very nice wick on the bottom here. You've got a lot of wicks on the bottom. This looks like a bottoming range. You went slightly lower even, right? Let's see if this is an extension. Not quite enough. No. Which is fine. That's not common, but it's fine. Let's see. Oh, maybe that's the wrong extension to go off of. Let's see. Bottom to top here. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Very beautiful. And just showing the fibs too, man. You broke straight through the 618 on the first pass. Ergo, your likelihood of seeing these extensions goes up. And yes, you came back above it, but you ultimately held it as resistance, and then boom. Doing this, bouncing off of this like that, man, you're above the 618 again. It really looks good. The more I look at it, the more I like it, man. I feel like this has been a long video of me saying I like this a lot. Morpheus Network definitely has the green light from C-Zar. Good pick, Danny. I like this one, man. I definitely like this one. It looks good. It looks good. It's one of the few ones that actually looks good. Right now, I like it. I think your low is in. I don't think you're going. You might not even go lower than this, man. That you are probably not going to see prices below $1 again, at least for a while. I like it. I like it. Short of like something dramatically catastrophizingly bad happening to this thing. Again, it is only a $44 million market cap. It wouldn't take much for this thing to just dump or pump, really. So it's any man's game, but it looks like it has structure. It really does, and it's been around for a while, man. And I like the uptrend. I like it. So without any more of me blowing smoke up Morpheus Network's, you know what? I'm gonna keep it there, man. Leave a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more. Anybody who's watching, I appreciate you guys. Good pick, Danny. I like this one, man. We'll definitely keep an eye on this as we go forward. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.